What's up guys, Icebreaker here. I didn't want to have to make this video because I think it's been covered quite extensively already. The community is already pretty riled up on this subject, but people keep messaging me and asking me on what my thoughts are, so I'm just going to make a video on it. I'm going to do it really quickly. I'm going to tell you how I see it and how I understand it from Supercell. I've got some screenshots and I've got a video to show you, so stick around and I'm going to tell you what I think about Shot Knuckles and the teleport trick. So let's jump straight into it. Start off with then guys, is it a bug? Well, we need to define the word bug because I understand it that the word bug in game mechanics is code that is broken and is working in a way that it shouldn't do. So for an example, the intel exploit where you could get intel from every single NPC without fail. That was a 100% chance at getting intel from every NPC base on your map. That was broken code that was a bug, what could be exploited to your advantage to give you intel every time, right? That's a bug. The way I see it is Bullet's Shot Knuckles ability is not broken. It never has been. It's always worked since the day he was added to the game. In fact, we seen the teleport glitch trick on Mega Crab that very weekend. The day he was added on the Friday, we seen the teleport trick done on Mega Crab the same day. And it's been in the game ever since. So to understand what's happening here is Shot Knuckles is being pressed. People are pressing the button to activate Shot Knuckles, which then triggers Bullet's Shot Knuckles animation, right? But before he can make contact with the nearest building, whichever it is he's in range of at the time, that building is destroyed. Now, at that moment, Bullet is already in his animation. He's already traveling at animation speed to the building that is no longer there. So the game mechanics then retarget to the next nearest building, and because he's triggered the animation automatically has to play out. The animation has to finish before he can stop that speed, which means then he takes off and runs around the map and teleports to the next nearest building. So that's what's happening. Now, you can say that, he should return to normal walking speed. You could say he, shouldn't do this, that, and the other, or he should be stopped by shock mines when he hits them, and all the rest of it. And yeah, maybe he should, but at the end of the day, in my opinion, the game is not broken. The mechanics are working as intended. Now you can see this with all of the other heroes as well. I'm going to play a clip right now of Sparky. So what I mean by any of the other heroes is actually the heroes that will attack a building. So things like battle orders, second wind, things like that won't work. We're talking about things like the universal remote, the explosive charge, Shot Knuckles, those ones that will actually interact with a building. Okay, so I've got a video here of Sparky. So as you can see, I've pressed it, and you can see she's targeted the cannon right there, right? So that means the animation has begun. Okay, so she doesn't take off at 100 miles an hour across the map, but the point is, stop that animation. If you destroy the building that she was already targeted, she then automatically reselects another building because the animation, the action of using her ability has been triggered, which means the game will keep trying, retrying until she can get to a building that she can throw the bomb at. But is this automatic retargeting mechanic is what's making Bullet run from the building that was just destroyed to the next nearest building at super speed, because his animation has begun. His animation includes him moving at that speed for like 5 or 6 frames. It is between pressing the action and him actually hitting it. It's about 5 or 6 frames where he moves at stupid speeds. And every time that building isn't there for him to hit, he will go straight past it to the next nearest building. No different than what the explosive bomb does, or the universal remote would do the same as well. My point is, the mechanics themselves aren't broken, so it's not a bug. Okay, that's how I see it. The game mechanics are working as intended. Now, I just want to go back and touch on something that was brought up in Boom Talk, the Cheaters live stream we did. We got chatting about double dipping force points on operations, and we raised the question of, was it cheating or was it not? Because I was under the impression at the time that it would be classed as cheating because you were exploiting game code that you knew was there to your advantage. So the thing of starting the op at a certain time of night meant you could get 2 lots of points in before you lose your daily 5%. knowing that information and then using it to your advantage, as far as I was concerned, is cheating. But Nuno clarified in the chat. You can see here where it says Nuno S. You can see here what Nuno said on the matter. Nuno S is Nuno, and it says, as far as people are doing things in a legitimate way with legitimate game mechanics, I don't see anything wrong. Now that's Nuno's opinion, who's the CM. Don't take that as an official stance from Supercell. Take it for what it is, and that's Nuno's opinion. Which, to be fair, I would say is 99% as good as an official statement from Supercell dev team themselves. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, that's what goes. So what he's saying there is that if the game mechanics are not broken and you're not exploiting a bug of broken mechanics, then it's fair game. He did also say that it's the player's fault. It becomes an exploit and becomes an issue when players are at fault when they exploit something in game that was not supposed to be there. So the broken code is what was not supposed to be there. Like with the Intel exploit, 100% chance of getting Intel from NPCs. That wasn't supposed to be there. People who were doing it were cheating by exploiting that bug. So where does this leave us then, guys? Because are people going to keep arguing over this about whether it's cheating or whether it's not? I think this comes down to your personal morals about whether you should see it as a legitimate strategy and then hammer it and take advantage of it over the people who can't use it or don't understand how to make it happen. I mean, let's have it right. The actual trick itself is pretty hard to master. Even when you know how it works, like intimately know how it works, it's still difficult to replicate. You can't do it on every single attack. So there you go, guys. That's my opinion on the whole shot knuckles, teleport, trick, glitch, bug, whatever you want to call it. People are going to use it, whether they're going to use it or not. If Supercell are going to take the stance of people shouldn't be doing it, then they should patch it. Supercell, if you're watching, if you don't like people doing it and you don't like people in the community arguing about this stuff and falling out over this stuff, patch it. So yeah, that's it. That's my say on the matter. I won't be saying no more. Go in peace, boomers. Happy shipping.